Sometimes you see items in the thrift store that could be cute, but they just look a little sad and they just need a little bit of a rescue. Today's video, I'm showing you some items that I found at the thrift store, and I'm giving them a Christmas thrift rescue. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. My name's Melissa. I can't wait for you to see how these items were rescued and how they turned out. So let's go ahead and get started. For this project, I have these 3 little reindeer that were attempted to be painted, but they look kind of sad. This one kind of looks a little creepy with the eyes. So I think I'm just gonna elevate them a little bit. And to do that, I'm gonna start off with this black flat paint and primer by Rust-Oleum. And I'm gonna give them a couple of coats of the spray paint. I ended up only having to give it 1 coat. I did the first side first. I let that dry. Once that was dry, I turned them over, and then I did the other side, and it really covered it really well with just 1 coat. Now that these are dry, I have brought them in, and you can see that that 1 coat covered them really well. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this rub and buff, and this is in the antique gold, and I'm just going to go over the edges of the antlers and then the little hooves of the reindeer with the rub and buff. And I saw something similar to this. I can't remember where it was I saw it. So when I found these little reindeer, I knew that that's what I wanted to do with this. So I just take the rub and buff and just go over lightly on the edges of the antlers and the hooves. And that was it. That was how easy this one was. I think these look so much better. I could have gone over some more of the details of the reindeer with more of the rub and buff, but I wanted to keep it simple, and I really like the look of this. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. I thrifted this sled at an estate sale, and I really like the colors of it, but it does have a couple of little holes. It has the string on it that I don't like. The top part is crooked. There's this Velcro on it. So I just need to kind of fix it up a little bit, take some of this stuff off, clean it up, and just give it a little facelift. So I'm just taking the string off. I'm gonna take the screw out of this top part. Turns out it was, I guess, maybe glued on, because once I took the screw off, I had to kind of break it apart. But I got that part off, and then I put the screw back on, thinking I was gonna be able to get it tight enough, but I'll show you what I have to do to that in a little bit. But for the Velcro part, I just used the heat gun to kind of start blowing on that a little bit and getting, I guess I thought probably it was hot glue underneath it at first, and kind of getting that loosened up a little bit so that I could start pulling it up. And once I started pulling it up, I was able to get it up okay. But once I pulled it up, I'm not so sure if that was hot glue, because I tried to get it off later and it was kind of gross. But I get this nail out, and now I'm trying to get this hot glue off, and it was almost gummy. It was really kind of gross, but I did manage to get it all off. Now I'm just gonna sand around the edges. I don't want that paint to look perfect. I do want it to look aged. So I sand around the top as well as the little blades part. And now I'm going to tighten this part up because I could not keep it tight. Couldn't get that screw tight enough. So I'm just going to use the Tight Bond Quick and Thick to put this into place and let that set and let that dry. Once that is dry and into place, or while it's drying, I am going to make a bow for the top. This is some material that I thrifted. The lace is actually some that I got from Amazon, and I'll have it listed in the description box, but I did thrift the material. So I'm just gonna tear it into strips, and once I do that, I'm gonna use my little bow maker, and I'm just going, the green material was a little shorter, so I'm just folding it in half, and I'm using each strip as half of the bow. The red part was enough to where I could make an entire bow. So I just kind of alternate the green. I use one strip of the green as half of the bow, the other strip of the green as the other half. Then I use the red and I make a whole bow with that. And then I finish it off with a strip of the lace. I have that floral wire underneath, so I just pull it real tight. I pull it out and I wrap it around it and just tie it real tight and do like a little bread tie twist and cut off the excess. Then I have this little stocking wood ornament that I got in a Whatnot package, and so I thought it would look really cute with this this deal, so I just attached that to the bow. Now I'm going to take this bare wax, and I think this is in the dark walnut, and I'm just going to use my little dauber, and I'm going to go over all of the sanded edges and kind of darken that up because that wood under there was really light. So I'm just going to try to darken it up a little bit and kind of get some of that dark wax on to the paint as well, just to kind of age it up a little bit. Now I'm going to attach the bow to the top, not the very top of the sled, but to the kind of top underneath that crossbow. Using a good amount of hot glue, I'm going to put the bow into place, and then I have a big container full of buttons. I've been collecting buttons over time, whether it's from thrifting or estate sales or whatnot. And so I found a really pretty red that matches this sled. So I'm gonna put it in the center. And then I have some floral picks, some berries and some kind of Christmassy florals. And I'm gonna cut those apart and just kind of place a few of them in there just to add a little bit of dimension to that. And then once I get those hot glued into place, I'm kind of placing them underneath and within the bow. But once I get all of that into place, this is done. I didn't do too awfully much to this, but I think it just, what the little bit that I did really elevated this sled so much, and I really love the way this turned out. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Now, if you're new to my channel, or maybe you just happen to miss a video from a year or two back, I thought I would show you a Christmas DIY that I did in a video, Christmas video from a while back. For this project, I'm gonna make over this tray that I thrifted. I got it from Goodwill and I paid, it had been marked $5, and I had my eye on it for a while because I didn't want to pay $5 for it, and it finally went for the color for 50% off, so I paid $2.50 for it. So I'm gonna give this a paint job, and I'm gonna paint it this Waverly. I'm gonna use the Waverly paint in the color Fern. Before I paint it, I'm gonna remove both of the handles. and I'm painting the top and the bottom. Now, I did have to, when I first got it, I was going to go in a whole different direction with this when I first got it, and there were some spots on it that needed some wood filler, so I did that when I first got it, and then I ended up not doing anything with it, and it just sat in my stash for a while. So when it came Christmas time, I finally realized what I wanted to do, and so now it's getting this coat of paint. I was hoping to only do one coat, but after I did the one coat, there were areas that needed a second coat. It didn't completely need a second coat, but I did have to go over parts of it a second time. And I did go over the bottom like a ½ inch inward. I didn't need to paint the whole bottom because of what I plan on doing to the bottom of the tray. Before I do anything else, I want to spray in that green paint, so I'm going to use the acrylic sealer in the matte finish. Like I said before, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this tray at first, but I found this bag at the Dollar Tree, and when I saw this bag, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I loved the green color in these snowflakes, and I knew that I had the green paint, so I knew that I wanted to use it for the bottom portion of the tray. I never really could find a transfer that was big enough. It was transfers were either too big or too small. So like I said, when I saw this bag, I knew that this was going to be perfect. So I measured the bottom of the tray, and now I'm just going to measure the bag and cut it out. I borrowed this set of scissors from a friend of mine that is a vendor at the store where I have my vendor booth, and these scissors are so cool. I want to get me a set of them, but she let me borrow them. But they each have different sort of patterns for when you cut, and I had seen one of them being used, and it looks like, you know how when you use the water to kind of tear away and it looks like the paper is torn? This pair of scissors right here makes it look like the paper has been sort of torn. So this set of scissors is awesome. So she let me borrow them, and I will have a link to these scissors in the description box, as well as a set that I'm gonna get from Amazon that are a little bit smaller, but they still have the same sort of shapes. Anyway, I'm getting this measured out, and I'm gonna cut the size that I need for the inside of the tray. Once I have it cut out, I'm going to use the Mod Podge, and I'm going to set it into place where I want it, lift up one side, and go ahead and start putting the Mod Podge down, and then lay the one side down, and then start slowly getting the piece set into place. And once it's all set into place, I'm going to go around the edges really well and make sure all of those edges are laid down really good, and then I'm going to go over it one more time with a coat of Mod Podge. Once that's dry, I go ahead and reinstall the handles, and this tray is done. And I have to say, I'm really, really pleased with the way it turned out. I am glad that I waited until I knew exactly how I wanted it to look, because I think this turned out beautiful. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. It's definitely quite the transformation from how it started. In the comments from a few videos back, someone mentioned that they would love to see a tour of my vendor booth. So I thought I would show you my vendor booth. Here is the whole room where I have my booth, and it's so hard for you to tell what it really looks like because it just looks like a lot of stuff. So I try to take little snippets of each section, but I do have a section of fall stuff, and it is on sale, and it is in Gonzales, Louisiana. It's in a store called Birds and Berries, and I just love the store. The store as a whole is just amazing, and I just love being in the shop. But here it is, decorated for Christmas. I've got all of my regular stuff in there. I don't take all of my regular stuff out. I just add in Christmas as well. So this is what my booth looks like. And yeah, you'll just have to let me know what you think. If you're local to this area, we would love for you to come and check out our shop. And yeah, come see us and tell us hey. I also want to remind everybody that I am on Whatnot now. So if you're not on Whatnot, I'll have a link to my channel or to my shop on Whatnot. And I'll also have a referral link there. But I would love for you to come check out Whatnot because I do sell a lot of items on Whatnot as well. So I would love for you to be there. My name on Whatnot is merely Melissa Treasures. And again, I'll have those links in the description box. Before we take one final look at the projects for today, I want to share a Bible verse with you, and this comes from Galatians chapter 2, verse 20. And it says, "My old self has been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. So I live in this earthly body by trusting in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me." I hope this verse blesses you in some way today, and I'm so blessed that you take the time to come and visit my channel. Thank you so much. It really does mean so much to me. Let me know which of these 3 projects today was your favorite, and don't forget to check out my Whatnot link in the description box. Now, if you're new to my channel and you love this sort of content, whether it's thrift makeovers, thrift hauls, home decor, then I would love it if you would be a part of my YouTube family, because that's what I love doing here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the bell button so you're notified when I upload new videos. And also give this video a big thumbs up because it really does help me out with YouTube. And if you want to see more videos like this, then go ahead and check out the boxes you see on the screen right now, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.